I'm Jess Fox. I've spent my life chasing remarkable. In this series, I'm meeting the people doing the same. In business, in life, and in their communities. Kristina Popova advises on some of the most technical tax law in Australia, stamp duty and land tax across 7 jurisdictions with new nuances in every budget. It's niche enough that most practitioners are lawyers by training, and she is. 4 years ago, she left a Big Four to lead Grant Thornton's national practice, and I wanted to know why. Kristina, thank you for joining me. It's great to have you here today.
Thanks for having me, Jess.
Now, we're going to dive into your specialism, which is one of the most niche areas of tax law, where there is stamp duty, land tax across 7 jurisdictions that can change their rules with every budget. So what drew you into this in the first place?
So it was an intentional choice, but if I had to look back 10 years ago, if you told me I was a state taxes expert, I would be very surprised. So I studied commerce law at university, and my career began at Ashurst, which is a top-tier commercial law firm. And as part of the graduate program, you're given the opportunity to work in different teams for a period of time. And I did corporate and litigation and tax, and I kept gravitating back to tax. I liked that tax has immediate consequences, and it's complex, it's technical, and the variety of the work is also appealing. So part of it, I think, was also that not everyone can do it or is interested in it. So being a subject matter expert was very much appealing to me.
Definitely not everyone could do that, and I think you've got to enjoy it and be curious about it and continually stay on top of it, right?
That's right. It does change all the time. So with every budget season, there are new announcements. Things can change overnight. So it does force you to stay sharp, and you can't get complacent.
It sounds like the whitewater for me in terms of like the constant things you've got to stay on top of, the changes, adaptability, and the specialist technical input that you need to put in. So 4 years ago, you decided to make the move to Grant Thornton. What sealed the deal for you?
So I was really fortunate. Grant Thornton approached me, and I was actually really happy where I was. It came out, the opportunity came knocking, essentially. I wasn't expecting it.
And they came looking for you.
They came looking for me, that's right. And I really did my due diligence because I was, like I said, I was pretty happy. I think I took something like 5 separate partner meetings to learn about Grant Thornton, meet the people, get to know as much as I can about the organisation. And what really, I guess, appealed to me and sealed the deal, you could say, was that opportunity to lead a national specialist practice. And I could tell from my discussions with everyone I met along the way that they were really serious about specialism. And I think in the area that I work in, tax more broadly, it's very hard to be good at everything. As you know, we all like to be good at everything, but it's not possible. So at Grant Thornton, we take an approach where we've got subject matter experts and people who are very good at what they do. And if our expertise is needed, we get called upon.
You mentioned that they essentially let you be the national specialist in your area. But what does that mean for the clients that you look after? It
means that they get somebody who lives and breathes it every day. So like I mentioned, there are so many specialties, so you can't be good at everything. And what that translates to is clear and concise advice and fewer surprises for them. So helping them to really understand the commercial aspect of a transaction and what it really means. I think not everyone wants to receive a 200-page memo on the intricacies of
definitely not me.
Trusts and things like that. So it is about translating what I do and how a particular state tax or issue can impact their circumstances.
So you mentioned the complexity and the 7 jurisdictions, the laws that can change at every budget and the stakes that can make or break a deal. What does it take to stay across all of it and actually do it well?
For me, it's discipline, which I'm sure you're very familiar with what you do. And so it's discipline and also genuine curiosity. So I think it would be really hard to do what I do if I didn't enjoy my job every day. And like you said, it changes so often every budget season. You've got to stay on top of it. It forces you to be sharp. You can't get complacent. And for me, I like that challenge.
The elite mindset of, progress and improvement and being the best that you can be in your field. You've recently come back from parental leave after having your first child. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How has that changed what career looks like for you?
It's definitely changed so many things in my life, both personally and professionally. And I think I'm definitely more intentional now with how I lead the team, how I spend my time, what I put my energy into. Grant Thornton's been very supportive, so I was fortunate to have 6 months paid parental leave. So we've been a leader in this space for over a decade. So 10 years ago, we were already offering 26 weeks paid parental leave, and they make such a difference. My son, Henry, he's my first, so I was really fortunate to spend that time with him, and things change so quickly over that period. And it makes such a difference when, yes, you can have a career and you've got to have that focus and dedication, but at the same time, there are things outside of work that are really important to me and that are important to a lot of people.
It's finding that balance. I don't think we ever find the balance, but being able to...
It is hard. There's that saying, you can have it all. I think you can have parts of things. You've got to prioritise.
Yeah.
No, situation is perfect in terms of there's so many interests I would love to pursue, but, you've got to focus on a few passions. I'd love to be like a concert pianist, but...
Oh, it's never too late.
Yeah, definitely. So it is all about...
being intentional and prioritising the things that are important.
And I think for me, when things are going really well outside of work, that's when I think you can also thrive at work. And that really is the same for our people. We want to make sure they feel supported, and, we do want them to pursue interests outside of work.
I understand you've brought something meaningful with you today. What is it?
Yes, so this is a photo music box, and it sits on my desk at home when I work from home, and it's essentially just a reminder that you've got this little person who watches you, sees what you do, how you behave, and it's just that reminder that eventually when they grow up, they'll see if you're working hard, if you're striving to reach your goals and to doing your best. So it's really just a reminder also, there is life outside the profession, and it is really important to have that balance.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's so beautiful, and I think encapsulates, just how important it is to have that purpose and that balance outside of work for you as well. So on that note, what does remarkable look like for you in your role?
So remarkable for me in my role, I think it's about impact and it's about care. So it's about providing advice that clients trust, that stands up technically, that they feel confident to rely on to move forward, but also in respect of our people, it's that care aspect. So I want to be able to lead a team that feels supported, both professionally and also outside of work. And when they come to work, I want them to feel proud to work at Grant Thornton.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time today, Kristina.
Thanks, Jess.
You've just heard what remarkable looks like in their world. What does it look like in yours? Thanks for coming along. There are more journeys to meet, and I'll see you at the next one.